Yes, I realize it's urgent and you want answers, ma'am. Now, yes, he does sound like a no-good cheating dirtbag. They usually are, honey. Yes, if your husband does have a secret girlfriend, we'll let you know right away. I'm sure, well, I mean, Mr. Troll will figure it all out. No, I'm sure you're a lovely lady, ma'am. Yes, you definitely deserve some gratitude for all that you do. Okay, bye-bye. Don't we all, honey?
Mr. Trout, Trout, I've got to talk to you right away, in private. I walked into my office to the familiar sound of a fool with a problem. Pardon me? Day after day, they came to me. That's the problem with being the best. You get to feel like a cake at a 4-year-old's birthday party. Everyone wants a piece of you. Why is he talking like we're not even here?
He does this all the time. You get used to it.
But lucky for me, Miss Flanagan kept the place from falling apart. She had a thing for me, but I was married to the job. It was all I could do to fend her off. I had to keep things professional. Some coffee and some fried eggs were the first things on my mind. Anything to keep me going, really. It had been a long day, and it would probably be an even longer night. I am in a hurry here. Maybe if I...
Best just let him finish, hon.
Miss Flanagan had a knack for reading my mind. No sooner than I thought it, a cup of joe was in my hand. It was good to have an ally like her. These mean streets were no place for a private eye. And I've always been a glutton for punishment. Somebody had to stick up for the little guys, like the poor sap in my office today. Is that me? The poor sap? I'm standing right here.
Sir, if you'll just have a seat and I'll let you know when he's ready. It'll save us a lot of unnecessary stress.
Yeah, that's my life. It's not the one I asked for, but it's the one I got. It was my job to clean up this town. It might have a shiny exterior, but the underbelly was as filthy as a 2-legged turtle's. Your average Dick and Tom had no idea that a ruthless gangster called all the shots here. One day, though, one day, I'll get the evidence I needed to put away Big Bill and his gang. Until then, I'll take these dime store jobs to get by. Any messages while I was out, Miss Flanagan? Who's Reggie? Why are the rose petals in here?
Mr. Trowell, that's mine! I left your messages on your desk. I put the most important one on top. The invitation for the private detective gala tonight, remember?
Not interested. No time for glitzy frou-frou parties. I've got a city to look after.
That's what I thought you'd say.
What did the cat drag in today, Miss Flanagan?
Well, I thought he was just delivering the mail, but obviously he's got something else on his mind. He won't tell me what it is. His name is Mr. Smith.
Obviously a fake name. What's the deal, mister? You want to Big Bill's new cronies? See here, Mr. Trout, I've got something urgent to tell you, but I won't stand here and be insulted in this manner. Spit it out then. I haven't got all day. Well, it's of a rather sensitive nature. I'd rather discuss it in your private office, perhaps? I bet you would, wouldn't you? Yes, that's why I suggested it. Sure you did. What a great suggestion, huh? Yeah, I think so. Look, what I should tell you is for everyone to hear, so your private office would be the ideal. You like calling the shots, don't you, Mr. Smith? No, I'm not even sure what that means. Fine. We'll do it your way. Let's see what's so important. Thank you, Mr. Trowell. I think you'll be very interested in what I have to say. You may not believe me, but I have proof that...
Mr. Trowell, I presume?
My heart stopped in my chest. Into my office walked a woman that can make a blind man do a double take. Even if there was no gravity left on Earth, I'd still have fallen for her. She must have been a dancer to have games like that. Yes, she is quite lovely, but... Hey, buddy! Show a little respect! You can't just blurt out stuff like that. There's no harassing women in my office.
You are most considerate, Mr. Trowell.
Her voice was as sweet as honey dripping off spun sugar. But I had to keep my head clear. Something told me this dame needed my help.
My name is Clarice Latrice. My friend here said you could help me. And I need your help, Mr. Trowell.
I know. I knew the minute you walked in.
Why, Mr. Trowell, you're more skilled than I imagined. How could you have known I had a mystery for you to solve?
That's generally why people come here.
So, what's the problem?
I don't mean to interrupt if you're already busy.
No, ma'am. My schedule's wide open. Excuse me, but I was here first. I've had just about enough of you, Smith. Haven't you ever heard of the expression ladies first? Now dry up. But of all the... why... So what were you going to tell me, Clarice?
Oh, it's simply terrible. How I got involved in this, I honestly can't say. But I must tell somebody.
What? What is it?
I'm a good girl, Mr. Trowell. Honestly, I am. But somehow I always get mixed up in the wrong crowd. I want to do better. I want to come clean. You'll help me, won't you? Won't you?
All right, get to the point, sweetheart.
Something awful is going to happen at the International Private Detective Gala tonight. Something awful. Oh, so awful.
What? What's happening?
Well, I don't know exactly. But it's going to happen, all right. I heard Big Bill telling his gang that it was tonight.
Big Bill.
Big Bill!
Yes, Big Bill!
Who's Big Bill? The vilest gangster this country's ever seen. He's planning something. Tonight? This could finally be the evidence I needed to put him away for good. But Clarice, how do you know this?
Because
Yes. What is it?
Because I am.
Oh, come on!
Because I am his girlfriend.
Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. What's a tomato like you doing with a criminal like him? And now you're coming to me.
I told you I want to change. I can't take this criminal life anymore. Will you help me, Mr. Trowell, please? Will you go to the gala and put a stop to them?
I'd love to, doll, but there's one little problem. You see, those hi-hats aren't just gonna let me into their shindig.
The invitation's still on your desk.
Hold on. I just remembered. I got the invitation sitting on my desk.
So you'll be there? You'll put a stop to Big Bill's plan?
Seems like luck had finally changed for Trent Trowell. Like a fat kid who sees an ice cream truck crash into a candy store. This was the moment I've waited for my entire life. I wouldn't miss it for the world, baby.
But Mr. Trowell, shouldn't you call the police and let them handle it?
Good one, Miss Flanagan. No. This is a job only Trent Trowell can handle. Come on, Clarice, let's go into my office so we can work out some of the finer details of our plan. Mr. Trowell, before you, I've got to talk to you. It's about the gala tonight. Can it, milquetoast? Brilliant detective indeed.
Leave the sarcastic remarks to me, honey.
No, he had the fish. I had the asparagus.
Asparagus, huh?
Inspector, you are too funny.
Asparagus. Gotcha. Get it? What's wrong with you, buddy? Frenchie.
Please, do not call me that.
Sorry. Inspector Moustache.
Oustache. Oustache. Speste American.
Yeah. Right. Anyways, thank you so much, Miss Benedict, for the use of your fabulous hotel's ballroom. It's the perfect place for the International Detectives Gala.
Oh, it is the Victoria Grand Hotel's honor to host this event. But I'm a bit confused. What mysteries or crimes have they come to solve here?
Oh, no, Miss Benedict. You got it all wrong. The mystery's already solved. We're here to honor and celebrate the great detectives of our era. What you see on the table there represents the greatest cases.
Oh, I can't wait to meet the world's most famous detectives. Are they all here yet?
Well, you met Miss G. Louis Philippe
Oustache.
Who is an absolute delight.
Enchantée, madame.
But I don't see any other people who would fit the profile of famous detective in the room, however.
Well, things are not always what they seem, Miss Benedict. See over there is the renowned Miss Beatrice.
Oh my word! I never would have guessed that such a famous detective would be so
Old and senile.
Inspector, wicked. Surely she must have all her wits about her.
Jane, who is this hussy in the painting?
Are you kidding, Aunt Beatrice? That's Beverly Stewart. She's only the most famous singer in the country right now.
Country singer, huh?
No, Aunt B, I said in the country.
Never cared for country music. No wonder I don't know her.
That's not what... Never mind.
Oh dear.
Well, one cannot deny Miss Beatrice's accomplishments. Anyway. And here's our stalwart female police detective, Tracy Dick.
You know, you don't need to always preface my title with female. Just detective will do, thank you.
Well, I wasn't sure you'd be joining us tonight.
Well, unlike these self-employed jokers, some of us have actual work to do.
Isn't she the charming one?
In fact, I wouldn't be here at all if you would ask me to security detail.
Yeah, I couldn't get her to come no matter how much I twisted her arm. I mean, girl solves more cases than Dick. All of us officers have to admit that even though she's a dame, she's good at what she does. Real good. Makes the rest of us look, bad. You know? Well, I'm glad you used your mayoral clout to get here, Miss Mayor.
Well, if assigning the esteemed Tracy Dick was the only way of getting her here, then so be it. You've just as much as a right to be at this gala than any of our other esteemed guests.
More so, actually, but please, don't put me in the same league as these hacks. Excusez-moi, madame, but I resent you talking about me in such a fashion. Private inspectors like myself have solved many cases that the police simply could not. Take the mask of the pharaoh, Ticoman the first, that I found. And there, chichi, the mask.
Go get the mask.
It is worth millions of dollars. Do you suggest that this is the work of an amateur? And where's your item in the display, eh?
Ah, that is right. You do not have one.
It's because actual police work doesn't involve searching for goofy trophies.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Goofy. What do you mean?
Okay, well, if all is secure, can we please bring in a guest of honor?
All the entrances to the hotel are guarded by police officers, Mayor. Still, I think it's awfully risky to have all those precious items in one spot.
Oh, come on now. Who would dare try any mischief with all the greatest detectives here.
All right, go and get him, Maloney.
Excuse me, are you the head waiter? I asked this bozo for an English muffin over an hour ago, and it's still not here.
Aunt Beatrice, that's a police officer.
Is that so? Well, officer, I'm glad you're here. I'd like to report a crime.
What? Really? What's wrong, ma'am?
It happened about an hour ago.
Okay.
There was someone pretending to be someone else in a disguise, if you follow me.
Right. What leads you to believe that?
Well, I ordered an English muffin from someone I thought was a waiter.
Okay.
I still haven't gotten my English muffin.
Right. See what I can do.
Lightly buttered. Lightly.
She's here. Beverly Stewart's here.
Hello, one and all. I'm sure I'm as pleased to be here as you are to have me. I've taken time out of my busy touring schedule to be here at your mayor's special request.
Gosh, Miss Stewart, I'm your biggest fan. I don't suppose you'd sing us a song now, would you?
I'd be delighted. Get ready for the show, darlings. Hit it, boys!
Oh, here we are, Mr. Trell. Oh, isn't it lovely? Could this evening get any worse?
The place was elegant. I gave it that much. Which meant that old Trent Trowell was gonna stick out like a sore thumb. It felt nice just having a classy dame like Clarice on my arm, though. But I was glad she was with me for reasons other than just eye candy. It was a safe bet that one of the people in this room was working for Big Bill. And Clarice was the only one who could put a finger on it. Until I knew, I had to be careful. For both of us.
For the love of Pete. Miss Mayor, I'm supposed to be in the same room as this guy.
Oh, don't be such a sourpuss.
Who is this man, Miss Mayor?
That, my good woman, is Detective Trowell. And not to, offend any of the detectives here. But this guy's the best there is. He saved my George from that vile gangster, Big Bill.
That was pure fluke. It's the one case he's ever actually solved. I'm not even convinced this Big Bill actually exists.
It was no secret that I didn't get along with the local PD. But Tracy Dick had a whole other level of dislike for me. I never understood why she got so worked up whenever we met.
It's because you're an idiot.
My best guess was that she had a crush on me. She didn't want others to know. She seemed especially ticked off today, though. Probably jealous that I was at a party with a dish like Clarice. It wasn't my fault that ladies found me irresistible.
Mr. Trowell, I do believe that I should go freshen up in the ladies' room.
Smart girl. She was probably thinking we could cover more ground if we split up.
Trowell. I knew this convention was a joke, but until you shut up, I didn't realize how big a joke it was.
Well, if it isn't Tracy Dick. Managed to tear yourself away from the donut store, did you?
Is that the best police insult you could come up with? Your comeback's as flimsy as your detective skills.
Detectives! Please. It's supposed to be a festive occasion. Miss Stewart, perhaps a song would lighten the mood?
It would be my pleasure. I love what I do. Bring people together with music. Hit it, boys.
We're celebrating the greatest accomplishments.
Accomplishments. What accomplishments? Right. Let's go through them, shall we?
No, we don't need to do that.
Oh, I'd love to know the stories behind the greatest mysteries of our age.
Why don't you go first, Trowell? What's your proudest moment?
You know, bragging's not my thing.
Then allow me to commence. This is the mask of the 20th Dynasty Pharaoh, Tutankhamun. Listen, the second. It was unknown to the museum in Paris when it was stolen by that most devious thieves, Le Cambrioleur. He thought his plan was perfect, but he did not realize that Louis Philippe Eustache was on his plan. Le Cambrioleur, he dresses in all black so that he can blend in with the night. N'est-ce pas, Monsieur Silencio? I found a single thread from his disguise and discovered that there was only one factory in Lyon that made such thread. And sure enough, his hideout was under this establishment, and the mask was recovered.
What about the Cambrioleur inspector? Did you catch him?
Alas, madame, he is still at large.
I'm sure you'll get him soon, Inspector. Okay, that was mildly impressive, I'll admit, but I'm dying to hear about Trowell's biggest case. Come on, Trowell.
I'm really not up to telling that story right now. Actually, I think I'm feeling a little under the weather.
Feather? So you want to hear about how my family's feather?
No, I mean, he just...
It all started back in the summer of 33. Now, back in those days, feathers cost 4 pennies a bushel. But this feather was different. You see, Henry, that's Ursul's boy, had the notion to travel to some island in the South Pacific. This was before the war, mind you. Now, I said to Ginny, that's Ursul's wife, that no good would come of it. But as usual, she didn't listen to me. You know, it's funny how many people don't listen to me. I've been warning everyone for years about my neighbor Ethel and how her leaves keep blowing onto my yard.
Henry's trip, Effie.
So off he goes, if we see neither head nor tail of Henry. That's Ursul's boy for 3 years. No letter, telegram, nothing. And Ginny, that's Ursul's wife, well, she's just word sick. Some people are just so inconsiderate. Like they no good Ethel, whose dog keeps digging on my petunias.
So Henry comes back.
So then Henry does come back, and he's filthy rich. He buys the big mansion at the end of the street, gets himself a fancy car, the whole 9 yards. But his prized possession is this feather. Says some witch doctor charmed it with good luck. That's how he got so rich. So Ginny says anyway. Now one day Henry, that's Ursul's boy, leaves it at home, and when he comes back, the feather is gone.
Are we getting to the end of the story soon?
So they look high and low for this feather, but no one could find it. No one except me. I knew all along who the no-good culprit was. Only one person could be so dastardly. Guess who it was?
Ethel?
Nah, it was the butler. Go figure.
Anyway, looks like we're back to you, Trowell.
Well, we've heard about the mask and the feather. That leaves... Are you the one who rescued Beverly Stewart when she was kidnapped?
Not exactly.
No, it was a British detective who saved me from that awful criminal. My international hit song, I've Been Napped and I'm Not Kidding, is inspired by that little adventure.
So what have you done, Mr. Trout?
I can see that Mr. Trout's not one to boast. So allow me. Now, feathers and ancient masks are fine and all, but Detective Trout is a real hero. He saved someone's life.
Oh my!
Let's just leave it at that, Miss Mayor. A gumshoe's gotta maintain some confidentiality after all.
Nonsense, good man. You saved the life of someone incredibly precious to me, and I want the whole world to know about it. You see, my George had wandered off, and the poor boy gone to the worst parts of the city. Some Big Bill's thugs had captured him and held him for ransom, but Detective Trout here risked life and limb to get him back safe and sound.
Well, you should have brought George here tonight.
I did! Thank you. Oh, here's my little Georgie. He's a good boy. You are. Yeah, you are. Hey, dog.
Yes, the great Trentrell's greatest, most dangerous case was finding a puppy. Molly maintains that he rescued the creature from a gang of violent thugs. My investigation shows that the dog was at the local pound, picked up by a dog catcher when it ran away.
Yeah! Ran away from Big Bill and his thugs after I busted into their hideout. Look, I had bigger problems trying to catch those guys than chasing the dog in that moment.
And yet you still didn't manage to capture a single one of them.
Look, Copper, I don't go messing around in your business 24/7. What's your beef with me anyway?
All right. What matters is that George was found safe and sound. Now I don't want any of this bad blood to run out even in a celebration. So shake hands and let's be done with it.
Well, those are some amazing stories. But what about Beverly Stewart? Who is responsible for her rescue when she was kidnapped last year?
I'm glad someone has finally asked.
Ah, you must be that famous British detective, Miss Stewart's double hero who sort of does kidnappers.
No, that's just Watson, my assistant. Miss Stewart's liberation is due to work of someone with far more intelligence.
Allow me to present.
What the blazes?
Qu'est-ce que ça? Who is that?
I don't know. They're shouting from the hallway.
Yeah, why don't they just come in like Tom from out there?
Because a proper introduction is in order. Don't you Americans do anything with propriety?
Allow me to present.
It's already the place locked down. There shouldn't be people sneaking around out there.
Are you saying we've got a security breach?
In fact, no. Won't you all be silent so that Watson can make the introduction? Miss Stewart, perhaps a song to create the proper ambiance?
A grand idea. Hit it, boys. Allow me to present.
Well, it happened. Just like Clary said it would. And even though I was there, I didn't stop it. I felt about as useless as an ashtray in a motorcycle.
For everything to just disappear like that. Has to be here somewhere.
Good heavens! How could this have happened? And at my own hotel? These objects were entrusted to me by their owners. I am responsible for them. Oh, I'm ruined. And then there's the mayor's dog. And oh, poor Miss Beverly Stewart. How I dread thinking about what's happened to her. Kidnapped a second time? Oh,
It's all right, Miss Benedict. Just rest up. Everything will be okay.
oh, you're a sweet girl. And you know what? You are probably right. After all, we do have the best detectives in the world right here, don't we?
One is all you shall need, my good woman. I, Shirley Holmes, am on the case. There's no criminal that can outwit me. Now, Miss Benedict, it's quite late, or early if you like. You do well to get to Frederick's until he'll need bread for his bakery. What?
But how did you know that?
Here we go. Your hands, Miss Benedict, while admirably clean for this soiree, show slight calluses in a pattern seen on bakers who knead dough by hand. Now, seeing as you are the proprietor of this hotel, and you yourself are not likely to own a bakery, it's only logical that Frederick is the baker, and you assist him. What?
But how do you
know Frederick?
Yes.
I don't.
Then how?
The handkerchief you're using to dry your tears, madame, has the name Frederick monogrammed onto it. I deduce that he's your beloved husband, since you're willing to bake for a shop just to spend time with him. And seeing as the majority of the baking is done at night to be ready for morning customers, you'll likely need it at this very moment.
Miss Holmes, I'm amazed. Psst. Any dummy could have told you all that.
Indeed, it's all very elementary.
You are right, though. I should go help my Frederick. Gentlemen and ladies, I live with confidence that you will get to the bottom of this case and rescue all that was taken.
Nice party trick, cutie pie. But now it's time for the real detective work to start.
My thoughts exactly. So clear out, the lot of you. This is a crime scene.
I must respectfully decline. My expertise will be of use to you, no?
No dice, Inspector. Maybe they let you civilians trips around wherever you want in France. Not here.
Which is why you need Trent Trowell. Look, I know we haven't always gotten along, but face it, Dick. Nobody knows the city better than this guy.
Yeah, no. Not in your wildest dreams that I work with you.
You listen here, Missy. Have some respect for us. You know how many cases I solved? 17. How many of you solved, eh?
268.
One, Nellie.
What about you, Shirley Holmes? You may as well get your protest in too.
Oh no, that's perfectly fine. If you would like me to leave, then I shall do so.
Well, you can take your objection and wait. You're actually leaving?
Indeed, no need to ruffle feathers.
Huh. Well, all right then. I believe one of you at least has some common sense.
Yes, there's nothing to be gained by loitering about. I quite believe I've seen all I need to here to solve the case.
And there it is. I'm about to bring a forensic squad in here for a 3-day crime scene investigation, and you blindly state you see on all you need to, and it's solved.
Yes, in all probability.
You would do well not to doubt Shirley Holmes, detective.
But what could she possibly have seen in just a few minutes?
No, don't ask that. We're gonna be here all
I
night.
see everything, detective. You see, unlike all of you, details do not escape me. I've noticed there are 28 light bulbs in the room, one burnt out. I've noticed the mayor was late for the party tonight because her hair was a bit messy, indicating she was in a hurry. I've noticed Miss Beatrice has already eaten one English muffin previous to this one due to the butter stain on the table where she set her current one down. I've noticed the scuff marks on the floor under the table, indicating a trap door of some sort. Not that it has any bearing on this case, mind you, since it's not been opened since yesterday. I've noticed that...
I knew that there was a trapdoor. How else could have everything have disappeared like that? There's always a trapdoor.
Yes, but, as I've said, it's not been used since at least yesterday and is not important in this case.
How can you be so certain?
Because the sheen and lack of dust on the floor shows that it was waxed just before the party, forming a seal. If the trapdoor had been used during the robbery, that seal would have been broken. My goodness, you people observe anything at all.
This kitten had some brains. I had my own ideas about what went on that night, but I was willing to give her opinion a fair shake. Normally, I worked alone, but I had a feeling me and her would get along just fine. It didn't hurt that she was quite a looker.
Excuse me.
Okay. Well, thank you, Shirley Holmes, for the intel about light bulbs and old ladies' eating habits. And now it's time to leave it to the professionals. You guys think you have the right to do everything.
Wait a minute. Officer, I think you should accept the help of these detectives. They're the best.
There is no way I'm compromising my integrity to work with these jokers, Miss Mayor.
I'd say integrity has been compromised the moment you let this crime happen when you're supposed to be providing security.
Oh, she's got us there, boss.
And now my jaw just been dogged out again.
Look, just because we messed up on security doesn't make them any more qualified to lead the investigation.
Well, in case you've forgotten, I'm mayor here, not you. And that means I'm in charge. And I say you give them a chance to prove their worth.
Got to be kidding. Fine. Wanna give them a chance? Sure. But I'm not gonna use my police force to help them out just so they get all the credit. I'll give them 24 hours to solve it. Then I move in and clean up the mess. You all got that? 24 hours!
Well, fair enough. Good luck, detectives.
Yeah, all the best.
Very well, Watson. The game is afoot. Let us be on our way.
Pardonnez-moi, but I must insist that you remain one moment. You see, I'm not convinced that you know all that you think you know.
Is that so?
Yeah, I've got a good idea myself as to who the culprit is.
So do I.
I'm sure all of you the matter is well in hand.
Yes, you are confident. I can tell. But you said before, Miss Shirley Holmes, that no criminal can outwit you. However, I know something of your history, and there was one criminal at least who could match you.
Artie.
Who?
Maureen Artie, criminal mastermind and Miss Holmes' supreme nemesis.
And more than a match for any of you. I see, Madame Sash, that I've underestimated you. You're wise to suspect her, if she is involved. And it's my belief she is. That I must handle this alone. There's no one more devious and cunning than she.
Except perhaps Le Cambrioleur. I am certain that this man is more than capable of a crime such as this.
But in this town, when there's crime, it's Big Bill. He's got his stink all over it. He's obviously the villain here. Big Bill wouldn't allow any others to threaten his criminal empire.
Oh, you young whippersnappers think you know everything. You've got it all wrong.
Oh, really? Who do you think did it?
My next door neighbor Ethel, of course.
Oh, Beatrice.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
There is no evidence to support that claim.
That's just what Ethel wants you to think.
Okay, everyone. Obviously, you can't all be right. Why don't you each explain what you think happened, and we'll be able to decide where to go from there.
Oh, dearie. You're a sweet girl, but just let the adults talk.
Hey, I know what we can do. Why don't we all explain what we think happened and decide where to go from there?
I shall begin.
Le Cambrioleur was hiding in the room the whole time, you see, just waiting for a chance to recover what I had taken from him. Miss Shirley Holmes' pretentious call for attention from the hallway was a very nice distraction. He was not here to steal everything. No, he merely wanted the mask of the Pharaoh till almost send the thief. You see, he thinks it is part of his collection now and needed to get it back. However, when the lights went out, he could not resist an even greater opportunity. Even though I bravely tried to capture the villain, he eluded me in the darkness. And so, he took everything, even the nails little dog. And by the time the lights came back on, he had made his escape.
So he was there the whole time. That's why Tracy Dick and a cop squad never saw him enter.
I commend you, Madame Stash. That's a very plausible explanation of the event.
Thank you, mademoiselle.
Plausible, yet completely without evidence. In short, the wrong explanation.
What do you mean? It's wrong.
Because this is what actually happened.
I've been waiting for 12 and a half
minutes outside the door for the opportune moment in which to make my entrance. The rescue of Beverly Stewart's a particular point of pride for me. Let me diverge from this narrative to explain that case to you. It had begun one night last February.
Get on with it.
Right. I was on the verge of boredom when who should walk past me? Maureen Artie. She met a nervous-looking postman at the door and left the hotel, but not without casting a contemptuous gaze my way. I deduced that she'd planned a grand scheme and therefore resolved to tell the arrogant police captain about it. But just as I entered the room, the lights went out. I was knocked over as people rushed into and out of the room. Criminals, under the guidance of that police. They took everything, just as Artie had instructed. When the lights came back, well, you know the rest.
People rushing in. So there was more than one.
Oh, most definitely.
They must have been the thugs who beat me up in the dark.
Impossible. Their cambrioleur works alone. Perhaps he moved so quickly, said he thought he was more than one person.
It was more than one person. That's why your story's incorrect. Well, one of the reasons anyway.
Bien, non, c'est impossible.
And here's why your story's incorrect, Missy. Here's what actually happened.
It was a horrible party, filled with noisy rapscallions and floozies displaying elbows and ankles from the work. There was no respectable food, just fancy exotic nonsense like salted peanuts and bananas. I touched the radar for a simple English mug. Nobody cared for poor Beatrice. Then some fool starts hollering from the hallway and turns the lights out. Now, it was dark, but these eyes still work fine, you know? And I saw exactly what went on there. You want to know who came waltzing into the room? Ethel! Exactly. English muffins by her hand. She ate all but two of them, too.
But who kidnapped Beverly Stewart and George? Who took the feather and the mask?
Is that what we were talking about? Sorry, didn't see. Those were good English muffins.
What about you, Mr. Trowell?
What about me?
What do you think happened?
Yes, pray tell, what's your explanation?
No story. Big Bill did it though.
But how?
I don't know.
You have no evidence, or theories of probability, or deductions of any kind. You just know.
Yup.
Interesting technique.
Well, I still think my idea is by far the most reasonable one. I just need to find Maureen Artie somewhere in the city. Come along, Watson.
Of course, Holmes.
Robberies are Le Cambrioleur's specialty. I am certain that he is involved, and I am certain we will find him. Beyond Monsieur Silencio.
Well, I'm gonna find that no good Ethel and teach her a lesson. How about the muffins, will she? Let's go, Jane.
Well, I was in a jam. 3 different leads, but which to follow? They all made sense. Well, Maybe not the thing about the English muffins. But somehow Big Bill was behind them all. And one question still nagged at me. Where had Clarice dusted off to? Had Big Bill learned that she was ratting him out? She could be in trouble. Or had she been in on it from the beginning? I didn't want to believe that, but I had to consider all the options. So, do I go with the snooty French woman, the cranky old lady, or the smart and cute British chick? Huh. Suddenly the choice didn't seem so hard. Hey, wait up, Shirley Holmes! Trent Trowell's coming with you!
So clever. Even in a letter, you're a sweet talker. Oh, Reggie. Soon we'll be together forever. Oh.
Mrs. Flanagan, haven't ever known you to be jumpy like that.
Sorry, Mr. Trowell, I wasn't expecting you.
So this is the old office. Truth is, I don't spend that much time in this joint. I'm usually out on the street, where the action is.
Yes, of course. It's a lovely office. And perhaps you'll introduce us to...
Oh, right. That's Miss Flanagan. She keeps the place running while I'm out. This is Shirley Holmes.
Pleased to meet you.
And this is...
Watson. Enchantée, mademoiselle.
Miss Flanagan, you have something in common with my dear sister here.
What do you mean?
Well, you've both been on holiday to California recently.
And how do you know that?
Well, Watson, you told me. Not him, me. Ah, well, it's written all over you. The distinct pattern on your nails can only be the work of one Vicky Nguyen of Los Angeles. I did a short study in nail polish and geography, and those are the trademark. Of course, it could be the work of a copycat, but then I noticed the fresh tan line on your wrist, as well as the palm tree souvenir on your desk that says California on it.
Yeah. She just got back from vacation there. You got some skill, you know that?
Well, it's a remarkable coincidence, is it not? But let's not bother the poor lady with your deductions. Perhaps we should get what we came here for.
Quite right. Mr. Trowell, the maps you so graciously offered.
Right. I still think it would be better if I came with you myself. I'm pretty much a walking map of the city, you know?
And as I told you, I prefer to work on my own.
But what about him?
Oh, Watson doesn't count. He sort of just tags along, like a puppy.
Oh,
Yeah, I work alone too. So much easier that way.
Then why the interest in breaking your solitary habits with me?
Well, this chick was on to me. She was so smart. She made me feel like a sap, but in a good way. And looks, man, if I had a nickel for every time I saw a woman as beautiful as her, I'd have 5 cents. What was I supposed to do? Tell her that I loved her at first sight? What kind of a reaction would that get? Nah, what's the use? What would a classy babe like her see in a rundown deadbeat like Trent Trowell? Still, I was determined that she knew something about this case that I didn't yet. and I had to figure out what it was.
Mr. Trowell, I do think it would be best if I ran the first part of the investigation on my own, but I shall be happy to share my findings with you once I have them. Good day, Mr. Trowell.
And just like that, she was gone. I could tell it was going to take some work to win her over. If only I could find something that she missed at the scene of the crime, I could impress her. Besides, Clarice had said Big Bill was up to something there, so he must have left some clue behind. Miss Flanagan! I'm going back to see what I can find at the hotel.
All right, good luck.
Luck's for chumps.
Well, then you're going to need it.
Her patty full of fancy types. You sure made a mess.
What was the party for, anyways?
It was for this group of famous detectives. But get this, someone kidnapped the singer and stole the stuff they had here.
No kidding.
Yeah, those smart detectives were all patting themselves on the back when BOOM! The lights go out. When they get them back on, everything's gone. Even the mayor's dog.
Serves him right.
What do you mean?
They all think they're so clever. It's good someone puts those detectives in their place. I mean, it's not like they're any smarter than us.
Right, how easy would it have been for us to do it, huh? They probably would have never found out.
Exactly. I mean, of all the people to suspect, why not us?
Right, I mean, power goes out. Who's got access to the fuse box?
These guys.
And who knows every nook and cranny of this place? And could stash the goods in a place no one would know. And clean up the evidence.
These guys.
And who would no one suspect because they're hard-working employees of this here establishment?
Hardworking.
Well, employees anyway.
They didn't even come to interview us or nothing.
Nope. Why talk to us? We're just lovely janitors.
Hey, you know what? I say, the next time an opportunity presents itself, we do it.
Do what? Steal all the stuff?
Yeah, why not?
I'm glad I'm not the only one who's back to take a closer look. That trapdoor has something to do with it. I am certain.
What are you two doing? This is a crime scene. You're not supposed to be cleaning up. You could be erasing important clues.
Sorry.
We're just, doing our jobs.
What's the use? One of those palookas know about doing a crime anyway.
The trapdoor is still sealed with shift door wax. No one has been through it yet.
Those janitors wouldn't replace the burnt out bulb Shirley Holmes noticed. It was probably important.
So, you like that woman?
Huh? What gives you that idea?
Well, you said before
I can tell you're a perceptive gal, Eustache. Yeah. I guess you could call it love.
love. I only said that.
Oh, well that's what I said too then.
Her skills are very impressive. However, for her to dismiss Le Cambrioleur so quickly, this I cannot overlook.
Yeah, and she wouldn't listen to me talk about Big Bill either.
Who is this Big Bill?
Big Bill is the kingpin of crime in this town. He's got his fingers in everything. Racketeering, bootlegging, gambling rings, and a whole lot of smuggling. He's a real bad egg.
I hear some
someone coming. Hide! Quickly! Who is that?
That's one of Big Bill's henchmen. I've dealt with him before.
Aha! Got you. Hey, what gives? Who are you? Tony, my name's Tony.
Aha! Also known as Tony the Snitch. Never before have I met a more hard-nosed, tight-lipped goon as this guy.
Oh, really? Tell us, what is going on here?
I tell you nothing. I'm especially not going to tell you about the secret room under the table.
Is that so?
And I'm not telling you, but how Big Bill's been having us sneak around here to plan something for the last while.
You see, it's no use. We tried our best, but he'll never cooperate.
I hear more people coming. Keep quiet, you. It's gotta be the funniest crime of the century. We ain't never pulled off anything half that good before.
Yeah, right under their noses.
Come on, Clarice. It's been hilarious.
Yes, I suppose so.
See criminals.
There they were. Big Bill's cronies. And they had Clarice with them too.
No, attente.
Say something, Mario?
Finally. This was the moment I've waited my whole career for.
What are you doing?
They were finally within my grasp.
Stupid.
I didn't say them.
Was somebody saying something?
Finally! These guys are going to find justice at the hands of Trent Trowell.
Trent Trowell? Ah!
Hold it.
So, Trent Trowell. We meet at last.
Big Bill.
You know, you've been sticking your nose into our business for so long. And you know what? I am sick. And I am done running from you.
Yeah, tell him, boss.
I knew you were behind it all.
Behind what?
The kidnapping of that canary. Beverly Stewart and George.
And the mask of the Pharaoh to Ramses the Fourth.
And that feather. Just give us the satisfaction and admit it before you silence us for good.
Kidnapping? Silencing you for good? You see, this is what I'm talking about, boys. For every crime that happens in this city, I get the blame for it. Like I'm some sort of monster.
It's okay, boss.
What do they know anyway?
Nobody understands you but us.
We know that you are using the trapdoor and planning something secret.
Tony the Snitch. You've been snitching again.
No. I didn't say nothing about that. Except for what she just said. Yes.
Big Bill, I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. I'm the one who told Trent Trowell. Please don't be mad.
Honey, how could I ever get mad at you? But how did you know?
My friend Darlene told me. I was telling her how you said you were going to quit crime, but she knew you were up to something in here. She thought it'd be best if I told Trent Trowell and he put a stop to you. It's the only way you learn.
So that's how it is, huh?
You saw us this criminal?
No one betrays Big Bill.
Yeah, no one snitches, especially about the flower shop.
Hey! Don't go talking about that.
Guys, enough, all right? It's time I told the truth to the lady I love. Clarice, I was gonna save this for your birthday, but here it is. I am done with crime. I had no business in whatever happened yesterday. You really want to know what's been going on out here? See for yourself. Boys!
Yep, nothing but flowers. Nothing but flowers. I do not believe this. Excusez-moi.
I knew how much you love flowers, so I sold all my business ventures and put it towards setting up a countrywide chain of flower shops.
You have got to be kidding me.
No, it's for real. They're going to be called Clarice's Chrysanthemums.
That's beautiful, boss. Really? Oh, honey, I'm sorry I doubted you.
If I had not seen it with my own eyes, I would not have believed it. There's only a room full of flowers down there.
Well, something doesn't make sense here. Why keep flowers in a secret room under this hotel?
Well, I used to keep other stuff down there. It's a good storage space, as good as any other. The owner, what's her name again?
Mrs. Bennett?
All right. She knows about it. It's completely legit.
Well, it looked like Big Bill was clean. I knew I should be happy and relieved. But instead, I felt as cheated as the day I found out that the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star was set to the same tune as Bob Bob Black Sheep. After all, who was Trent Trowell without Big Bill?
Come on, hon. Can't you do something to help him?
I had no idea I was so important to you. You know what? Since I'm turning over a new leaf and all, I'd be happy to let you know about the shadier characters of this town. In exchange of you forgetting certain details of my past. What do you say? There's a lot of bad guys out there.
Big Bill was right. Justice still needed to be served. This town still needed somebody to look after it. And with this case still unsolved, it looked like Trent Trowell still had work to do.
What shall we do then?
I do not have enough proof against her yet, so I shall engage her in conversation and attempt to trick her into revealing something. This could be difficult, however, she is a master of deception. I do believe I shall have the advantage, though. Observe the way she seems to be waiting for me to find her. This shows she's content for my abilities.
Miss Holmes, I was wondering when I was next to you. Still on the loose, are you?
On the loose, shouldn't I be the one asking you that?
Should you?
Interesting coincidence, you being here in the city during its biggest criminal scandal. And you're the postman she was leaving with, no doubt an accomplice.
See, my dear John, exactly what I told you she would do.
What on earth do you mean? Do what?
That you would try and frame me for the crime, as you always do.
You know, I tried to stop you, Miss Holmes. Why? I went to the city's most famous detective, Trent Trowell. Unfortunately, he wasn't too interested in what I had to say. I'm sorry, my dear, I tried. I really did.
Is that so? And what was it you wanted to say?
That you are responsible for the crimes last night.
That's preposterous. Who would think Shelley Holmes could do something like that?
Maureen knew it. On our very first date last week, she told me all about you, how you hounded her, constantly trying to prove that she was some sort of master criminal.
But she is.
Don't fall for her trickery, sir. She is the one that committed the crimes.
Oh, Watson.
How could she? I was with her all of yesterday evening. We went out to dinner, took us girl to the park, and then we saw a movie.
Of course she didn't do it herself. Maureen Archie would never stoop to getting her hands dirty in that way. She has a network of criminals working for her.
Oh, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Network of criminals. You know, I've only known Maureen a short amount of time, but she's the sweetest, most kindest person I've ever known.
Oh, John, my sweet. Would you be a dear and get me another one of these wonderful drinks?
Of course, sweetie pie.
She may seem to be kind, but she's a villain. She's the villain.
Really, Dr. Watson, do calm yourself. We all know who the real villain is here.
What? I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Shirley Holmes, of course.
Nonsense.
Yes, it's nonsense. Who would believe something like that?
Is it really so far-fetched, Doctor? Do you think it's odd that Shirley Holmes is so good at knowing what criminals do? Since she knows our minds so well, it wouldn't be a stretch to say that she is a criminal mastermind even greater than I.
It is through sheer deductive reasoning that I make the conclusions I do.
Yes, of course, of course.
You do read a lot of psychological dissertations on the criminal mind, though. As if obsessed with how to commit crimes.
To know my quarry better, of course.
Of course, of course.
And did you know common police procedures and what they often overlook?
So that I can find those clues myself, really, Watson. Don't tell me you're starting to believe this woman.
No. No. It's just interesting. That's all.
Yes, Dr. Watson, it's very interesting. It'd be rather easy to convince others that this detective is so good at figuring out crimes because she is the one who commits them.
Listen, you're wasting your breath on Watson here. He is loyal to the end. And your little friend Mr. Smith is not even here anymore, so you can drop the charade. I will find out your involvement in this, as I always do. So laugh all you want, but soon you shall be laughing from a jail cell. Come along, Watson.
Yes, yes. I'm coming.
Oh, where are we going? I thought you wanted...
We're not going anywhere. I'm leaving. I'm sorry, John, but I think this relationship has run its course. It's time to get back to England and begin some real work, now that Shirley Holmes will be there to stop me.
What? I don't understand. Was it something I said?
No, you were wonderful, John, simply wonderful. You played your role beautifully. But I have a criminal empire to run, and I've been away way too long already.
You mean you are a criminal?
Oh, yes.
So Holmes didn't do anything. You lied to me and committed those crimes.
No, not I. And of course, Shirley Holmes didn't do it either. But I can see someone saying of a grand heist. No one has found opportunity for crime better than I. At first, I thought of committing the crime myself and being the unknown criminal to the punch. But when I found out who the real criminal was, I had a much better idea. Instead of stealing a few trinkets to make Shirley Holmes look foolish, why not take the chance to rid myself of that incorrigible nuisance for good? All I had to do was frame her for a crime someone else was already committing.
Oh no, what have I done?
Oh, don't let it bother you. What should you do?
Maureen, she's an innocent woman.
Well, there's nothing you can do anyway.
Well, you've told me everything, and I'm gonna tell the police all about you.
Tell them what? I've done nothing illegal. Well, yeah, at least. And the evidence will soon be stacked up against her rather convincingly. There's nothing you can do to change people's minds. You've got nothing. You can't save her.
Maybe not, but I have to try.
Oh, how adorable. Now I know why I fell for you in the first place. Well, all the best. Toodles!
Ugh, I knew this online dating thing wouldn't work out. I've got to tell somebody, even if they don't believe me. I've got to tell them that Shirley Holmes is innocent.
My body lies over the ocean. Oh, cheers. My body lies over the sea.
Officer, I'm so glad you're here.
What is it, lad?
I've got important information about the crimes of the Victoria Grand Hotel, the kidnappings, the robbery.
Really? Well, let's hear it.
Somebody's going to be falsely accused. Innocent people are going to be framed for a crime they didn't commit.
I see. Well, I'm really glad you came to me. We're just dying to solve this case. And come with me, sir. Tell me everything you know.
for what?
I'll know it when I see it.
You still think Ethel did it, I suppose.
Of course. She told me so when I asked her.
How couldn't she have told you? She's back in Newport.
Nah, she's not. She's right here.
Man, she's finally lost it. Is Ethel sitting on the bench with us right now, Aunt Beatrice?
Don't be silly. Oh, she on the bench. She's just going to get some tea.
Sure she has, and she's got Beverly Stewart with her.
You still hung up on that country singer? No. Why would she be with Ethel?
Because you think Ethel kidnapped her.
I never said that.
You've been saying the entire time that she did it.
No. I said she ate all the English muffins.
Brother. So who did the robbery and the kidnapping?
How am I supposed to know? Honestly, girl.
But shouldn't we be out looking for clues or something?
I prefer to let the clues come to me.
That makes no sense.
Just you wait and see.
Well, I'm sure you'll be alright here on your own for a few minutes. I've got to go get something from our room. Be right back.
Well, I'll be fine, Jane. You know, you don't need to watch over me so much. I'm perfectly capable of taking care of myself. Shish. People don't give me nearly enough credit. Treat me as if I'm clueless. Well, you just run along and do whatever it is you need to do. Here you go, you old bat. Thanks, you old hag. Look, where did you get these? They aren't as good as the ones from yesterday. I wish you hadn't eaten all of them.
I left you two, right there on the table.
And ate a dozen yourself.
So, how's the garden coming along this year? I can't get the tomatoes to bloom properly. Hope the groundskeeper can do something with them while I'm on this vacation with you.
With me? I invite you on this trip and you spend most of your time gallivanting on your own, doing who knows what.
There's so much to do. You had your way, you'd sit around this hotel this whole time. Besides, you're the big detective now. You've got this case to solve.
Oh yes, I suppose I do.
Well, I'll leave you to it then. I got a bungee lesson in half an hour. See you later, you old bat. My who?
See you later, you old hag.
Yeah, I got the same call. Watson said to meet him in the ballroom right away.
I thought that it was all your idea, and that he was speaking on your behalf.
No, I haven't seen one since this morning when we confronted Maureen Archie. Fortunately, she was rather disobliging to my investigation, so I spent the rest of the day looking for clues throughout the city. Unsuccessfully, I might add.
And you were so certain.
It's not often I feel like I'm missing something important, but this is one of those times.
I'm just wondering why Watson would call all of us. Why not just talk to you?
There they are.
Villains!
What?
Lay off, lady!
Now, hold on, Miss Benedict. You see the whole story now. Still not convinced they're criminals.
What are you talking about?
Oh, Shirley Holmes, we know everything. You can drop the act already.
Whatever do you mean?
We know it was you. All of you.
What's going on? Jane, why won't you look at me?
I don't want to believe it, Aunt Beatrice, but I have to.
Listen up, detectives. You're all under arrest for robbery and kidnapping. You all played a nice little game pretending to be detectives, but now we know you're crooks. Probably have been for years.
Absurd!
Mayor, here's how it went down. The private detectives had it all planned out. To create a distraction, Shirley Holmes started yelling from the hallway. Meanwhile, Trout took over and turned off the lights. Once they were out, Mustache grabbed the mask, old lady Beatrice grabbed her feather, Trout grabbed the dog, and Shirley Holmes grabbed Miss Stewart. They hide the evidence and then turn the lights back on. Then they pretend they don't know what happened.
And Shirley Holmes was the mastermind behind it all. It was all planned out.
Oh, really, Watson?
These detectives are the perfect criminals. They're so good at catching criminals because they are criminals themselves.
And what would lead you to believe these?
What were we supposed to believe? All those silly villain stories?
Watson, please. You've been deceived by Maureen Artie.
No, not deceived. Show the light.
You make all these claims, yet you have no evidence.
Oh, there is evidence. I found the feather in your suitcase upstairs, Aunt Beatrice.
What? What?
And your buddy found the Pharaoh's mask in your room. Inspector.
This is all a setup. What about me? How come I have no dogs in my pocket?
Yeah, surely Trout's innocent.
Sorry, Mr. Trout. I can't cover for you anymore. It's not right what you're doing.
Georgie, you mean?
Miss Flanagan! What the?
I heard the poor thing barking in your office. I had to do something.
I can't believe it, Miss Flanagan. I never thought you would betray me.
You betrayed yourself.
This can all be explained simply. Someone planted this evidence on our persons.
Which is what I thought at first.
But who else had the keys to all of your locked rooms? We had to get Miss Benedict to open them all up with the master key.
And there's only one of those. I keep it on me at all times.
Where's Miss Beverly Stewart then? I suppose she was in my room.
I was relieved to find out that was not the case.
Thank you, Watson.
But then I knew you'd cover your tracks better than any of your other criminal detective friends here. No, you have a better hiding spot than that.
And where would that be?
In a place that was the most obvious, but the one you convinced us not to bother looking. The trap door. See, there's no wax seal. There never was any wax seal. But we trusted your phony powers of observation, and I believe that she's in there still.
Uh-huh. You have slipped up on your accusations. I looked in there myself and there was no one.
So you say.
I don't believe it! Beverly Stewart!
A song? All right. Hit it, boys!
I've seen enough. Maloney! Arrest them.
How could you, Holmes?
I came as soon as I... What is going on? Now you show up. Where have you been?
What is all this? You're arresting the private eyes?
Maloney said all you've been doing is lounging. Not even trying to solve this case at all. But what you wanted. First, your botch of security. And then your sour attitude is nothing but hinder this investigation. And then Maloney here beat you to the punch at solving it. Dick, I'm extremely disappointed. Maloney, you're the new captain of the squad.
Yeah! Alright!
Don't push it, Sergeant Dick. Maybe we should investigate to see if you're part of this crime ring too.
No, I can see that. Obviously.
Maloney's another man for the job. Good luck on the new job, Captain.
Miss Benedict, I
I think it's time to go.
Yes, I suppose you're right. It's so awful. But at least now it's over. However, I don't know if it was wise demoting Tracy Dick like that.
Well, I'm just emotional right now, okay? Georgie was gone and now he's back.
I hope you're all proud of yourselves. You should know we were very disappointed in all of you.
Likewise from us.
Yes, how could you all turn on us so quickly? Our closest friends. Friends? More like servants. Or slaves.
Oh, come on, that's not true, Miss Flanagan. I treat this little chickie with the utmost respect.
You give us no credit. We're just lowly sidekicks.
Monsieur Silencio has never complained about how he's treated.
That's because he doesn't say anything. Let me ask you a simple question. In fact, if you can answer this, we'll do our utmost to help clear your names. Since we are, after all, such close friends, this should be easy.
Right, no problem.
What are our first names?
Well, it never came up.
Oh, that's duck soup, Miss Flanagan. It's a... Miss. Missy?
Come on, Aunt Beatrice, you should at least get this one.
I knew it a minute ago.
Well, with all your stupendous brain power, your encyclopedia-like knowledge, you can list every chemical compound known to man, but you can't take the time to learn my name? It's Reginald! Dr. Reginald Watson! Ugh.
Let's government take him away, boys.
Well, it looked like it was curtains for us. It's kind of funny. The thing that upset me the most wasn't Miss Flanagan's betrayal, or even the coppers arresting me. It was that I let Shirley down. I wish I could have told her how I felt. How I'd stick by her no matter what. Somehow, I think she knew.
So, how are we getting out of this?
I'm up for suggestions.
Okay. You could start by getting a nicer hat.
I mean about the situation.
It seems I'm at a loss. Without Monsieur Silencio, I do not know who to rely on. Look how brilliant! It is him! It is him!
Yes, it is I, the greatest thief in the world.
How did you?
I have been here the entire time. Like a shadow. I have followed you, shaking Louis Philippe Eustache. I have seen many things, and I know you are innocent.
But why help me? I have only tried to capture you and bring you to justice.
I am tired of stealing and hiding. I do not want to be a thief anymore.
Don't tell me you want to set up a flower shop.
Oh no. I only want not be reunited with you, see?
Reunited? But I do not know you.
Long ago you did. Think back to your childhood. How do you not remember?
Your sister! Oh, mon Dieu! My sister! Le carousel, Janine! It is you!
Yes, she is.
Oh, my sister! How could I have not known? Only another Eustache would have been clever enough to outsmart me.
Well, thanks for the rescue, but we're gonna have to cut your little family reunion short. We gotta get out of here before these guys wake up.
Yes, we need to regroup and find a way to clear our names.
I know just a place. They'll never think to look for us there.
Secret hiding place. The office with your name on the door.
They'll never think to look for us here.
Exactly. It's so obvious. It's the last place they'll look.
We need to talk.
The last place, eh?
Listen, I know you guys are innocent. You may be dolts, but you're good-hearted dolts.
Thank you.
Now, I don't have proof, but I know my gut who did it, and you guys aren't gonna like it.
It's not Big Bill. He's some sort of flower mogul now.
And it is not Le Cambrioleur. Or should I say, Le Cambriolus?
Right. Whatever. No, it's...
Echo!
No. Whoever it was, they had to be at the party. We had the place locked down.
You probably think it was the mayor. She ticked you off by bringing us all here for this party. And you think we're all ninnies.
Yeah. And then he fired you.
I was demoted. Not fired. Pay attention. Look. Who had access to your rooms besides you and could have planted the evidence there?
Ah, you think it was the hotel owner? Miss Benedict?
Oh, she's got nothing against you guys. A crime like that only makes her hotel look bad. Okay. Who's got a beef with you and was sharing a room with you? Or has access to this office?
Why, you think our partners did.
Jane, she would never. Hey! I remember the name right there. You think she'd still change her mind and help us now?
But I know Watson, and he would never do something like this.
Maybe we don't know them as well as we think. We didn't even know their first names.
Can't believe I didn't know his name was Reginald.
Reginald. Hold on. I think Watson was writing love letters to my secretary.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah. I read this note on accident. It says at the bottom, with love, Reggie.
Oh, and they had both been on holiday to California recently. How could I have passed it off as a coincidence?
Oh, don't feel bad. You trusted him, right? It just shows that you're a good girl, and he's a bum.
Let's see that letter. Dear Darlene.
Darlene!
Soon our plans will be complete. The mayor was more than willing to organize this silly gala for our dummies.
I think that's you.
He's even bringing in the chief detective from the police force.
I think that's you.
Much to our newest associates delight. It's gotta be Maloney. I've written to our colleagues and they assure us that their dummies are coming as well.
I think that's us.
They were all in the league from the beginning? All of our sisters?
Apparently. Our timing will have to be perfect. Once the lights go out, we will grab everything. Don't worry, we'll even grab the dogs so that trial won't escape the shame. Oh, the looks on their faces will be priceless. Almost as priceless as the ransoms we'll get for all of them.
They were going to sell them, make us look bad, and then collect the ransom.
This is just a bunch of lovey-dovey nonsense. Oh, here's something weird. Apparently, their little group is called the League of Secretly Evil Revengeful Sidekicks. LOSERS. Didn't they realize what that spells?
Trouble.
Oh, no.
So, a robbery turned into a framing. They must really be upset with us. Maureen Archie, of course, suggested it to Watson. She must have somehow known he was involved in this. But for them to go through all that just to have us locked away.
It's right here, doesn't it?
Well, a crook's a crook.
For once, I agree with Trow. I may be annoyed at a lot of people in this room even, but I'm not going to break the law to get rid of you.
Ah, detective, don't get all mushy on us now.
Very well. There's but one thing left to do. What's that? Why, turn ourselves in, of course. What?
Did you let them get away?
Well, Aunt Beatrice can throw a meat right hook.
Somebody must have helped them. They were all cuffed.
I cannot believe this. We were so close. So close to being rid of those fools.
Oh, honey, don't worry, they'll catch them. Won't you, Maloney?
Yeah, Captain Maloney is on the case. Did you see Tracy Dick's face? Boy, was she mad.
Yes, I'll be the first to admit. To see that smug Shirley Holmes at a loss for words, that alone was worth giving up the ransom money.
Oh, definitely worth it. If I had to butter one more English muffin, or listen to one more rambling story I've heard 1,000 times before,
Or solve one more case without getting any credit?
Yes, we should set up our own detective business. Don't you all think?
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
I practically solved all of Aunt Beatrice's cases myself anyways.
I suppose we could have done that any time before now.
Without resorting to robbery.
Without kidnapping.
Without providing false evidence and testimony.
But where's the fun in that?
This is Captain Tracy Dick of the police. The building's surrounded. Put your hands up and don't move.
Well. It's a nice little scheme you set up. And now it's time the justice was served. Take that.
What's the meaning of this? Where is your proof?
Does the phrase, my darling Snooky Wookums, mean anything to you?
Snooky Wookums? How could you have left that for them to find? You were supposed to destroy all of our correspondence. That was the first rule of the LRSARS.
I'm sorry, honey. I couldn't destroy something from you.
How could you have done this to us?
Miss Flanagan, I don't know what to say.
Well, that's a first.
What will your mother think, young lady?
I think I speak for all of us when I say this betrayal is all very hard.
Oh, stop it, Holmes. If you had any real sense, paid any attention to me at all, you could have seen this coming. You made me feel like an imbecile. I mean, I'm a doctor, for crying out loud. I went to medical school for 9 years. Now I served in Afghanistan.
Watson, if you were made to feel unappreciated, I sincerely apologize.
You're made to feel unappreciated? It's too late for that, Holmes.
And so it is. Goodbye, Dr. Reginald Watson.
Yes. Goodbye. Shirley Holmes.
No!
Out of the way, you idiot.
No one had ever accused me of being a genius. But this did seem like a dumb move. Even for me. But I knew I couldn't let anything happen to Shirley. And if that meant I'd be filled with daylight and push up daisies instead of her, so be it.
Fine, I'll just shoot the both of you.
Wait, Watson, wait. I've come to appreciate your narrative style, Mr. Trow. I think I'll have a go at it.
What are you talking about?
Advantages. Target is enraged and desperate. His war wound makes aiming difficult. Disadvantage. Gun. First, distract target with hat, pulling Mr. Trowell out of harm's way. Next, use momentum to firmly grasp arm and gain leverage. Disarm by applying pressure point hold wrist. Target will attempt chokehold. Intercept with elbow block. Stomp on left foot causing forward flinch and bring back of head into face daisy. Incapacitate with roundhouse kick.
idiot, Captain. I don't know how I could have fallen for that.
No harm done is fair. In fact, demoting me is probably the best thing you could have done, since I then had to resort to going to Trowel's office. Then we found the letter.
Huh. Well, there you go. Glad I could help.
And so, my work here is done. What shall we do now, my sister? You know, I'm in need of a new partner now.
With my knowledge in crime, we will be a force to be reckoned. No, I just have one question. Why are we talking in English to each other all the time? When our first language is French.
That is a very good question.
Well, how about you, Miss Beatrice? What are you doing now?
Well, I reckon if I hurry, I can join up for some water skiing.
Woo! That sounds great. It's my boat.
Well, Dick, I guess that's another notch you can add to your belt.
Actually, you're the one who found the letter. I think this successful investigation is yours.
Well, thanks. Hey, maybe we could work together again in the future sometime.
Not likely.
Well, Mr. Trowell, I was very impressed. I must admit, you're a most fascinating man.
It was the end of a long, hard day. And there I was, alone with her. This was the perfect chance to let her know that I was dizzy for her, that she was the one for me. But did I have the courage to tell her?
Well, Mr. Trowell, my excellent powers of deduction lead me to believe you have something to tell me.
I don't suppose you'd want to grab a cup of joe and talk sometime, would you?
Like a date?
Yeah.
That sounds like an excellent idea.
right now with our designer bows. We're going to start with our props team. Percy Ferry. Max Bible. Aaron Rifkin. Angela Tress. Margot Raymond. We are going to move on to our tech team. First, Noah Kratz. Aaron Rifkin. Eddie Lennox. And our tech lead, Addison O'Grady. Our costume team, Elizabeth Doucette. Our lovely poster. Leah Cave. Morton. Maggie Salter. And our costume lead, Abigail Adu. Next, we have our set team, Caden Free. Also our PR lead. Adrian Diana. Jasper Heidelbrand. Cam Nakata. Addison O'Grady. And our set lead and stage manager, Adam Yolenis. Our assistant director, Luca Lavinia. And last but certainly not least, our director, Paulina. And now, my vice president of ITS for next year, Noah, is going to come up and since this is our last show of the year, we have some very, very special people to congratulate as our graduating seniors in the ITS troop for this year. First off, Luca Lavinia, who is going to be going to Moore Park College for technical theater. Next we have, in our lovely audience, Kershanu Nigam, who is going to be going to Northeastern for business. Next, we have our amazing director, Paulina. I'm so sorry, I'm not good with names. Sisoiva. Paulina Sisoiva, who's going. And next, we have Anjali Suresh, who's going to be going to Moore Park for the arts. final show of the year. And just being grateful donors to the program. And we just thank you all for being such a wonderful audience for tonight's show.